Hello students, in last session we are studying a few type of crypto analysis and brute force attack, in which we are seeing crypto analysis, brute force attack, in which we are technically cover the ciphertext for attack, plain text, chosen plain text, chosen ciphertext and chosen text. Now let us see, we are start with brute force attack. This type of attack become impractical as the key size increase, as a trying all the possible alternative keys for a very large key may take a huge amount of time. For example, a binary key of 128 bits, 2 raised to 128 keys are possible, which would require around 5 multiplied by 10 to 24 years at the rate of 1 decryption per microsecond. Is mentioned current machine speed. The data encryption standards, that means DES algorithm, uses a 56-bit key. A 128-bit key is used in AES, with massively parallel system. Even DS is also not secure against brute force attack. I repeat, DES, that means data encryption standard, is also not secure against brute force attack. AES with its 128-bit key is secure, since the time required to break it makes it impractical to try brute force attacks. Now we are already seeing the attackers try every possible key on a piece of ciphertext until an intelligible translation into plain text is obtained. On average, half of all possible keys must be tried to achieve success. Now, executive search and key length, the attacker could use the right algorithm and do executive search. That means try all possible keys. We are already discussed the key length in bit. Start with 1 to 512. There are possibilities and mention the key of the length of key. This table also mention the key size in bits, number of alternative keys, time required at 1 decryption per mu second, and time required at 10 raised to 6 decryption per mu second. Now, non-brute force attack is also called as a crypto-analytic attack. The cryptanalysis is the science and art of breaking those codes. Is attack rely on the nature of the algorithm plus perhaps some knowledge of the general characteristic of the plain text, or even some sample plain text. Ciphertext pairs is working in pair of plain text and ciphertext. Now, cryptanalysis attack is classified in ciphertext only attack, known plain text attack, choose plain text attack, and chosen ciphertext attack. Ciphertext only attack the given ciphertext C. Then question is, what is the plain text M? An encryption scheme is completely insecure if it can't resist the ciphertext only attacks. In simple words, only known algorithm or ciphertext statistical can identify plain text. In simple words, the opponent must rely on the analysis of ciphertext itself generally applying various statistical tests to it. To use this approach, the opponent must have some general ideas of the type of plain text, that is, concealed such as English or French text, an exe file, that means application file, to set up a Java source listing, an accounting file, and so on. The ciphertext only attack is easiest to defend against because the opponent has the least amount of information to work with. This is a figure and basic steps. Alice send a message, the ciphertext is analysis, convert into plain text. This is a few mathematical calculations and the equations are there. Then we have a rise equation, what is the plain text of C and what is the secret key in use. This figure shows the solution of our questions. Alice is send a message, that means a ciphertext, the analysis, and then converted into plain text. Then in third party to also use the previous pair and convert it to ciphertext and send the message to Bob. Once again, select a plain text and obtain the ciphertext to attack the cipher. The given queries M1C1, M2C2, MK, CK. MK are chosen by adversary and a new ciphertext C. And question is, what is the plain text of C or what is the secret key? So a few examples, the chosen plain text attacks in 1942, US Navy cryptanalysis discovered that Japan was planning an attack on Air Force. They believed that AF is the Midway Island. The Pentagon didn't think so. The US force in Midway sent a plain message that their freshwater supplies were low. Shortly, US intercepted a Japanese ciphertext saying that AF was low on water. This provided that AF is a midway. If the analysis is able to somehow to get the source system to insert into system a message chosen by the analyst, then the chosen plain text attack is possible. In general, if the analysis is able to choose the message to encrypt, the analysis may deliberately pick patterns that can be expected to reveal the structure of the key. This figure shown example the pair of ciphertext created from the chosen plain text. The Eve is processed the entire and send a message to Alice. And ciphertext is analysis once again and converted into plain text. The same thing is done from Eve. This is the steps which we describe the encryption standard and the encode and decoding of message in secure way. This is once again the pair of attack cipher is M1C1, once again same, CK are chosen by the advisory and the new ciphertext C. And what is the plain text of C? What is the secret key? This is a question. This figure we done the same steps, but the difference is we need to analysis from Eve, and Bob is just receive a message from given pair created from chosen ciphertext. The summary of attack and cryptanalysis, this is a part of revision. Then we have discussed already the type of attack. Ciphertext only, which is used encryption algorithm and ciphertext, known plain text, or we are used encryption algorithm, ciphertext, one or more plaintext ciphertext were formed with the secret key. At that time, we are used a pair of keys in form of M1C1, M2C2 and MKCK, key for secret key, K4. Chosen plaintext is also same as the used encryption algorithm, ciphertext and cryptanalysis together with its corresponding ciphertext generated with the secret key. And last, chosen ciphertext is also used. Encryption algorithm ciphertext is chosen by cryptanalysis together with corresponding decrypted plaintext generated with the secret key. The next plaintext is viewed as a sequence of elements, example bits or characters, that means string. Substitution cipher is called as replacing each element of the plaintext with another element. Then transposition, that means a kind of permutations with iterations. Rearranging the order of the element, rearranging the order of the element of the plaintext, that means a transposition. Product cipher is used a multiple stage of substitution and transposition. In product cipher, we use a multiple stages of substitution and transpositions. Then you start a substitution cipher, the letter of plaintext are replaced by other letter or by number of symbol. Here we are used letter or numbers or symbols. If plaintext is viewed as a sequence of bits, then substitution involves replacing plaintext bit patterns with ciphertext bit patterns. A few examples are Caesar cipher, monoalphabetic substitution cipher, polyalphabetic substitution cipher, Playfair cipher and Hale cipher. Caesar cipher, that means is the earliest known substitution cipher, is invented by Julius Caesar. That's why it is famous as a Caesar cipher. Each letter is replaced by the letter 3 position further down the alphabet. Here we are seeing the alphabets in the plain A to Z, and in cipher we are change the positions of letter. Here we are replaced by the letter 3 position further down the alphabet. Example, Oyo State. Then we apply Caesar cipher and output is RKLR, VW, DWH. Cryptanalysis of Caesar cipher, the key space is 0 to 25, that means alphabets. The vulnerable to brute force attacks, that means it's not give efficient performance in brute force attack. For example, the break ciphertext KHOOR. The two words, two characters are in sequence, so it is a vulnerable. Answer is a hello. Is it a secure? We have only 26 possible ciphers. A map to A to Z would simply try each in turns. That question is why it is not secure. Steve has intercept the ciphertext UVA CFYFZ LJBYL. This is the characters. Show how she can use a brute force attack to break the cipher. Solution is you try to key from 1 to 7 numbers. With the key of 7, the plaintext is not very secure, which makes sense. The ciphertext, given ciphertext, we already know the key 1 to 7 is converted into plaintext. Already seen in exam. Examples are there. The shift cipher and Caesar cipher, the historically adaptive ciphers, are called shift ciphers. The Julius Caesar used an additive cipher to communicate with his officers. For this reason, additive cipher are sometimes referred to as the Caesar cipher. Caesar used as a key of 3 for his communication. The important thing is that the additive cipher are sometimes referred to as a shift cipher or a Caesar cipher. Then next is a monoalphabetic substitution cipher. Is instead of shifting alphabets by fixed amount as a Caesar cipher, and random permutation is assigned to the alphabets. This type of encryption is called monoalphabetic substitution cipher. For example, A is replaced by Q, B by D, C by T. Whatever you choose, it will be comparatively strong than Caesar cipher. The number of alternative keys possible now become 26. Then, brute force attack is impractical in this case. However, another attack is possible. Human languages are redundant. For example, certain characters are used more frequently than others. This fact can be exploited. Moreover, the diagram like a TH and the trigram like the DA are also more frequent. The table of frequency of this letter exists. This can be used to gauge the plain text if the plain text is in uncompressed English language. Now you are repeatedly monoalphabetic substitution cipher is the most important point, the kind of encryption. Once again I repeat, it shuffles the letter and map each plain text letter to a different random ciphertext letters. What does a key look like? You already discussed. This is once again the revision. Language statistics and cryptanalysis. This is also discussed. The human language are not random. Letters are not equally frequently used. In English, E is by far the most common letter, followed by T, A, R, N, I, O, S. Other letters like Z, J, K, Q, X are fairly rare. There are table of single, double and triple letter frequencies for various languages. This is a frequency shown in chart. This is a relative frequency in percentage, and in X, A to Z, the alphabets. Once again, this table shown the frequency of letters in numbers. This is a diagram and trigram. Statistics for double and triple letters. Using cryptanalysis, the key concept, monoalphabetic substitution does not change relative letter frequencies. To attack, we calculate letter frequency, compare this distribution against the known one. This is the example, the given ciphertext, the count relative letter frequencies, guess PZ is equal to under bracket ET. Of double letters, ZW has the highest frequency. We already seen in a chart. We have number also. That's why double letters ZW has the highest frequency. So guess ZW is equal to TH, and hence ZWP is equal to THE. Proceeding with trial and error, finally get the output of ciphertext. It was disclosed yesterday that several informal but direct contacts have been made with political representatives of the White Congress in Moscow. This is a final output. polyalphabetic substitution cipher in which the sequence of monoalphabetic ciphers in pair of M1 to Mk is used in turn to encrypt the letters. A key determines which sequence of ciphers to use. Each plaintext letter has a multiple corresponding ciphertext letters. This makes cryptanalysis harder. Since the later frequency distribution will be flatter. The example, the Poly-Vision cipher, the simplest polyalphabetic substitution cipher. They consider CA to CZ and the bracket. The key for security and encrypt CS, CE, CC, CU, CR, CI, CT, CY in turns. Repeat from start after CY. The decryption simply work in reverse. The examples are there. You already understood the concepts. Then try. This is a plain text and given key sequence. The Playfair cipher, it's not even the large number of key in a monoalphabetic cipher, so it provides security. One approach to improving security is to encrypt multiple letters at a time. The Playfair cipher is the best known such cipher, invented by Charles Wheatstone in 1854, but the name after his friend Brun Playfair. Playfair key matrix is the 5 multiplied by 5 matrix. You already seen in figure the fill-in letter of the key, W and O duplicates mentioned here. You already seen in table W and O duplicates. Fill the rest of matrix with other letters. Here you see an example, the monarchy. Then the part of encrypting and decrypting. The plain text is encrypted 2 letters at a time. The steps are: if the pair is repeated letters, insert filler like X. Second, if both letters fall in the same row, replace each with the letter to its right. That means it's the permutative, iterative, circular movements of a given table. The characters are shifted circularly. If the both letters fall in same column, replace each with the letter below it circularly. Otherwise, each letter is replaced by the letter in the same row but in the column of the other letters of the pair. However, it can be broken even if the few hundred letters are known, as much of plain text structure is retained in ciphertext. Security is much improved over monoalphabetic, as here 2 letters are encrypted at a time. Hence, there were 26 multiplied by 26 is equal to 676 diagrams, and hence it needs 676 entry frequency table. This is example we are already discussed. Then Hill cipher.